Te- testing.
It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning, TGIF. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Philip Simon.
I'm Gandhi Pinder, filling in for Anastasia Palacios, and it is a beautiful day.
How you know?
I know because really, I love to watch the sunrise, right?
Oh, right,
and the
right.
sun usually rises around 6:20 a.m.
Oh, you
now.
saw it. You saw it coming.
I know it's coming,
Okay.
and that's what makes it a good day.
Well, you know, any day that we can be here in Bahamas at sunrise, any day that we can kind of just get together and socialize.
Yeah.
Actually, any day that you're alive and
Yeah.
you're well and you're mobile, it's a
Yeah.
blessing.
But like I always encourage people to be aware, be conscious of your breathing, your breaths, right? And you
Sounds
hear the
like
birds
Sounds
chirping.
like yoga. Is that yoga? Is that
Not really yoga, it's just being present.
be present?
It's being present in the moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like when we talk about millennials and, you know, some of us, we aren't present because we're always in our phones, whether
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
responding to an email or checking on something, or sometimes we're just always distracted. So many things are happening. And so this weekend I had an opportunity to go to Exuma. A lot of
I think
Bahamians
I-
were on the island this
I
weekend.
think
I
I'm going to
love
be doing
that.
that next weekend.
Do
but I
that.
think I saw the picture. You were looking really refreshed
Listen,
in the moment.
the water has healing
Yeah.
powers, and it's just so good to just be still. That's all I could say. And it's better in the Bahamas.
But I got a question. You said millennials. Are you're millennials?
Kind of. Still.
You just okay.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Tell you what.
I'm right there.
I'm
in it. I'm in the bracket. I'm in the
doing
bracket.
her best. They're doing her best. But listen, man. But listen, I don't know. You saw all our guests upstairs. Listen,
I
we've
did.
got a really good show lined up for you. We have a lot of celebrities in the house
Mm-hmm.
talking a lot of education, advancement. I'm excited about it.
Me too, me too, me too.
Yeah.
And I love all of the things that we're going to be talking about, like even things like juvenile arthritis. That's not really something you think about.
You don't think it's a thing, but it is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a thing.
Yeah,
We've also got BTVI back in the house. They're going to
Oh,
be talking about how
nice.
they've been operating under COVID-19. And the National Training Agency is going to give us an update on their programs. I also saw the Ministry of Social Services in the house.
Yeah. And I
community.
also saw purpose, passion, power.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that that's always so important. Connect
Yeah.
with all of those things. And once you connect and you live your life and pursue purpose with the clarity of passion, that's where the
There you go,
Power
there you
comes.
go. Preach! Preach, preach, preach,
That
preach,
could
preach, 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 preach. Morning, Sieska. I saw Sieska upstairs. How you doing?
Hi, Siesta. She's doing such a wonderful job.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very proud. So it's an amazing show.
Mm-hmm.
I want to encourage all of you, just go on Facebook, Bahamas at Sunrise, share it so people all around the world
Yeah.
and abroad can see it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an amazing day.
Yeah, you know, the weather's been kind of coming and going, but Godfrey's going to clear all of that up for us,
Well,
right?
last night was the triple threat, right? It was like the rain, the thunder, the lightning, but I love it.
Oh, I thought you was going to say the triple threat and the power went off, but
That's a
I
quadruple.
don't know. Yeah, it's quadruple.
That's
Okay,
a quad.
yeah, yeah.
When it's triple, it's a good thing.
Okay.
When it's quadruple,
I got a
then we
problem.
get
All
into
right,
that, like,
all
you
right.
know, that gray,
All right.
that gray area. But yeah. So I want, since you've been practicing and doing so well with the introduction, you still
Yeah.
got a little ways to go.
Okay.
I will let you introduce the Godfrey Burnside for me this
All right, well, here you have first look with weather at sunrise with Godfrey Burnside.
morning. The.
Weather at sunrise. Brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Phil, and good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather, sunrise, have a tropical wave over the central Bahamas moving towards the west. That combined with low-level troughing will cause some showers and thunderstorms throughout the weekend. So it looks like a sort of a wet weekend. Also a little breezy because high pressure is building across the island to the north of the islands. Today, we're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies and breezy, still on the hot side, with scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms, one or two becoming heavy at times, those showers. Maybe those thunderstorms will wear at times as they move towards the west. High temperature reaching 91. Tonight, mostly cloudy and still on the warm side with showers and thunderstorms, again heavy at times. The low temperature going down to 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs in lows of Caribbean, Barbados 83 and 75. In Jamaica, 85 and 73. In Trinidad, 84 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 91 and 80. Across North America, Atlanta 91 and 73, in Raleigh 92 and 71, in Miami 91 and 80, in Dallas, Texas 96 and 80, and Toronto, Canada 82 and 71. As we go to the weekend, we're looking at partly cloudy to cloudy skies with showers and thunderstorms, yes, becoming heavy at times, into about Tuesday, and then we start tapering off with those showers. Temperature daytime will be around the 90-degree mark, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts her up in your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. Of course, COVID-19 has affected everyone, including us, students at tertiary level. BTVI has been operating in this crisis, and we're here to talk about how those programs have been going. BTVI Strong is in the house. We have the president, Dr. Robert Robinson, and Alicia Thompson, Associate Vice President of Fund Development. Good morning. Welcome back to the show. How are you
Good
guys
morning.
doing?
Thank you. Great.
Very well, very well.
Yeah. We were talking about this tie earlier. We're going to have to get all of the history about that a little bit later, but I like it. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Obviously, 2020 has been abnormal.
Yes, sir.
We'll put that in quotes. But how has BTVI been faring?
Well, it's been an interesting year, I think, for everybody, obviously, and certainly in education globally. It's everybody had to pivot. Mm-hmm. So what we wanted to try to do, we had some online courses. We put all our courses online within 72 hours, and we were able to continue pretty seamlessly, really. Mm-hmm. We've done surveys of students related to their experience online, and the results are really positive. Now, obviously, we can improve, but I think we did a pretty good job pivoting. Mm-hmm. So we retained the integrity of the semester. People were able to finish on time. We haven't had the graduation yet because of circumstances, but we're about to announce graduation plans, which will be virtual. Mm-hmm. But we're really excited about next year. We're on a good platform to go into next year. We've trained up our faculty and staff in terms of online education and virtual education. Mm-hmm. And we'll supplement that with what we call boot camps. Okay. So maybe at the weekends or certain days in the week, we'll have small numbers of people come in, do the face-to-face component or the hands-on component. Mm-hmm. And we should be in good shape for the fall. We're really excited about the fall.
Yeah. Would you call this the new norm at BTVI?
Definitely.
And as a part of that new norm, well, how has the interest been? I mean, before we even get to the new norm, you haven't lost any interest in terms of the students who are registering?
No, we have not. We definitely have not. We are now on July 17th, and we have over 1,000 students who have already expressed an interest. Interestingly, as Dr. Robinson spoke about the pivoting, earlier this year, we had just appointed a new health and safety manager, Mr. Wellington Bain. And so during this time, Mr. Bain and Mr. Roll, who's the manager of physical plant, were very busy as we moved into what is now going to be termed the new normal.
We talk about the online aspect of BTVI. Of course, you continue to grow. This week, BTVI, I think it's this week, is collaborating with Valencia College. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and something called the National Center for Construction, Education, and Research. Tell us a little bit about that.
So that's a very important credential. It's an industry-approved credential in the United States, but it's globally accepted. And so Valencia College is a national training center. So we've partnered with Valencia College. This week we have 30 trainers being trained in Freeport. The training finishes today. It's gone very, very well. Okay. Next week it's in Nassau, and then the following week we're doing it in Rock Sound in Eleuthera. So the intent is to have approximately 90 trainers trained to this global standard, and then they will teach students to the global standard. So as a student, you'll come out with a ticket, a card that says, I am a carpenter and I know the standards globally, or I'm a plumber, or I'm an electrician. That's really important. So companies in the Bahamas then will be able to go with confidence to these students, hire them to work on their projects. And because of Dorian and because of COVID, we've got a lot of construction projects, and we want these young people to be meeting those global standards, and we're really excited about this program.
A similar type of thing for the City and Guilds? Is that the Cisco
Correct.
Academy?
Yes. Well, City and Guilds and Cisco are separate.
Separate, okay.
Yes, but they're all certifications that are important. So Cisco is an IT certification. Obviously, we're a Cisco Academy at BTVI. We're the second one in the Caribbean. So we're training a lot of students. We probably have about 1,000 students in IT programs now. And certainly with COVID, you see yourself, a lot of people are working from home. They need to know how the technology works. I mean, I've been in so many Zoom meetings in the last 3 or 4 months. But we were using Zoom before, so we had people ready to go in that area. City and Guilds, we have a lot of City and Guilds credentials. So in addition to the BTVI certificate, which has always been well accepted, we have these industry certifications which are important. So for example, we're going to launch in August a City and Guilds global recognition for a program called Hospitality Management. Now, of all things in the Bahamas, given the impact of tourism, that's very important. We need to have that. We need to be able to attract people back in and do it smartly, efficiently, and make money at it. And so we'll have a credential which will be available throughout the Bahamas. So if you have a small B&B on a small island, you can take this credential and it'll help you, I think, in terms of your business.
And of course, the education, of course, online virtual learning, whether you're in Acklands or New Providence, you're still able to get that through BTVI.
Absolutely.
When we talk about, again, I just want to pivot back to the new norm and BTVI, you have all of the certifications, these credentials, et cetera, that the students themselves can get, but also there's the flip side. Do you see businesses being familiar with all that you're doing, or is that a different type of effort, or in tandem with the training for the students?
In tandem. All of the training we do, we engage industry. And so industry then drives us. Yeah, we also have professional groups who assist us in preparing the syllabus. So the changes and the requirements. One of the things that I also like to add, persons have been asking us, how are you going to fare? Because a lot of your learning is hands-on, right? Experiential. We want you to know that when you come to the BTVI, we are preparing for the return of those students. We have assessed the classrooms, the labs, the workshops, and so we know based on the COVID-19 conditions what the capacity is for each of those work areas, and we are working to ensure that those are reconfigured. Students returning are going to find that there are hand sanitization stations that are strategically placed. There are going to be protocols in place, and we are going to beef up our foot patrols to ensure that persons are adhering. As Dr. Robertson would have alluded a little earlier, those face-to-face, and we know we're touchy-feely people and we want to be together, but we know that that's the old way. Most of our meetings then are going to be ported to virtual meetings.
Well, I tell you, this is all very exciting. I mean, I think about BTVI back when I was, a little bit younger. But how are you managing? I mean, it's so exciting. How are you managing this growth?
Well, I think technology has certainly been helpful. I mean, even in the trades, there are simulations you can do to learn welding, for example, or carpentry, like we're using a computer. So the whole technology aspect of education has really changed before COVID. So COVID has actually accelerated it. Now, fortunately, we've had a pretty good technological platform to be able to move forward with, and that's really put us in good stead. So I'm really confident that this year will be a an exciting year for the students, and we'll probably have a record number of students coming in as well, given the interest you just heard from Ms. Thompson, from all over. We also have 5 courses that we will put online for high school students, a dual enrollment kind of program.
Yeah.
So if you happen to be on a family island and you want to be able to pick up a college credit, and these were put together by a special program we had with the Commonwealth of Learning, where they actually paid for these courses to be developed, and so that's an exciting opportunity as well. Because again, we want to try to get out to as many family islands as possible.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, how do persons who are listening to this get in contact with BTVI? And of course, there's still room and time to register.
Definitely.
Right?
I was about to say, today is the deadline.
Okay.
Today is the deadline. So for persons who have not yet applied for acceptance into BTVI, please, we need you to sign on www.btvi.edu.bs. That's www.btvi.edu.bs. When you get to that screen, you're going to see a tab, My BTVI. Click on that tab. There's a drop-down menu, and at the bottom it says New Application. Come on, we need you to apply.
Excellent. Excellent. Listen, thank you so much, Alicia Thompson, Associate Vice President of Fund Development at BTVI, and Dr. Robert Robinson, President. Thank you so much for being back here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right. Watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Business in the Box is your solution for business from Cable Bahamas. It's an internet, voice, mobile, and advertising solution all in one place. Get reliable internet, free domestic call, and a live corporate package, and free TV ad placement, all starting with packages as low as $164 a month. You can save over $3,000 a year. Just call 601-8911. That's 601-8911. And ask for Business in a Box from Cable Bahamas Business Solution. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. It is such a beautiful day, and I'm having a great conversation. So the Information Technology and Communications Unit of the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development was launched on the 1st of April 2020 with the intention of being able to provide social assistance at a more effective, check this, efficient and speedy pace. Here to talk about this are Judy Simmons, who's the Deputy Director, Information Technology and Communications, ITC, Unit for the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development. And of course, we have Mr. Keith Davies, who is with Canoe, and we're gonna get into that partnership. We're gonna delve into that in just a bit. It is very exciting. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
I feel like there's so much to talk about, but tell us first of all, it sounds so high-tech. Ministry of Social Services, ITC unit. Tell us about it, the function.
And you've said it, but first let me say a greetings from the Honorable Minister, Frankie Campbell, and our Permanent Secretary, Fidja Raming. Now the ITC unit is affectionately called that to break down the 3 long words. But the responsibility of the ICT unit is symbiotic to the Department of Social Services.
Okay.
So we work in tandem with them. The Department of Social Services recently launched its Promise web application, which puts the application for social assistance online. Okay?
Which is very powerful.
Very powerful.
Because privacy, people don't necessarily want to be seen, and it protects that process.
Yes.
And because I'm sure that there has been a surge, and people who would have not likely applied during this COVID season are probably applying.
Right. I think the public has learned the importance of the Department of Social Services and the Ministry of Social Service
Absolutely.
and Urban Development in the recent disaster, Dorian, and the recent COVID pandemic crisis.
Okay, so I noticed that you've been beta testing, right? And food assistance for the persons of Department of Social Services. There's a food assistance program. Tell us a little bit more about that. And these people were awaiting their replacement cards, correct?
Correct. The Department of Social Services had an ongoing program where persons who have access to food assistance program, they were awaiting the replacement of their cards. So with the introduction of the digitization and transformation process at the ministry and the Department of Social Services, these persons were selected to participate in the beta test. Okay, the beta test involved the food assistance and the rental assistance. And we have signed up with 3 local companies we like to add, and that is Canoe, who is here with us this morning to talk about the food assistance, how that is going. The Omni, the transformation solutions providers, as well as Cash and Go, who will be focusing on the rental assistance that's getting ready to launch next week. So I want to invite
Keith Davies, of course. He's no stranger to us. Tell us about this awesome synergy and partnership.
Well, you know, we're here to provide that assistance. Remember you talked about being conscious of a person's privacy. With the digitization and modernization program, we're able to deliver electronic coupons, which allows persons to shop using just their phone. So we helped about several hundred people through this beta test. And working closely with the Department of Social Services, we were able to bring persons on into the program, and we continue to bring them into the program, which allows for very safe, fast, efficient delivery, and transparent, might I add, engagements with these individuals.
Right, because I guess some people would wonder, well, how do you apply, or how do you become eligible for this?
Well, how do you apply? You would need to access the website. It's www.socialassistance.bahamas.gov.bahamas.bs.
Wait, say that again.
like
they say, break it down.
Break it down, slow it down. www.socialassistance.bahamas.gov.bs. Now, this is how they access the promise, where it's an online social assistance application. All right, it's been digitized. So once they go to that website, they then complete the application.
Okay, now tell us about this process. Has it been pretty seamless for you? Have you experienced anything, I guess, with the names and the correct names in the database?
Well, I
can speak to that.
I think, the process is actually very straightforward. The problem with digitization and modernization is that persons would have been in a system for many years, or they just came into it. You have to collect their names, other pertinent information about them, and once you get them into the system, everything runs smoothly. But there is a transition, and that transition is really where the department is doing a very good job of hand-holding and bringing people into the system. Once you sign up to Canoe, you just download an application off of Google or Apple stores, and it's free to download, and you can sign up very quickly. And once you sign up, those benefits, they flow instantaneously to your phone. So I guess the bottleneck, if there is any, is just bringing people and getting them comfortable with the process.
Okay.
And you must handhold, and you're helping individuals.
And that's what I was going to say. So we have to follow up. We have to visit this website because this is definitely a series. So we have to have you back on Bahamas at Sunrise again, so we can become more familiar. But everyone seems to have a smartphone. So
absolutely.
Correct.
I want to leave you, Ms. L. Simmons. Tell us what the L stands for. L for love. And that's how you're approaching this process, and it makes me feel good. This partnership makes me feel good, and what you're doing and how people will be able to approach this. So I let you have the final word here today.
The final word here I say to the Bahamian public. The Ministry of Social Service and Urban Development seeks to make the process effective, efficient, and what we term swift assistance.
Yes.
So that they can receive social assistance with the blink of an eye from the comfort of their homes and jump the lines.
Oh, jump the lines. Ain't nothing better than that. That come right after free tanks, okay? So thank you. Please give my love to Fedra and, of course, to your Honorable Minister. Thank you so much for joining us at Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back after this.
It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what
TCL Group and Cable Bahamas Business Solutions presents the 8th annual Andros Business Outlook, Friday, July 24th, BAMSI, North Andros, 8:30 a.m. Under the theme, A New Era, Resilience in the Face of Vulnerability. Speakers include the Honorable Ramal Ferrero, Minister of Environment and Housing, Ravina Roberts-Hanna, Peter Douglas, Cheryl Bastian, Dominic Petty, Dennis DeVoe, Robert Pantry, and Alonzo Hinsey. Register online at tclevents.com.
As disruptive technologies go, nothing has shaken up the economy more than the smartphones. Apps have completely changed the way we book taxi rides, accommodation, and food delivery. Business sectors that previously had no digital footprint are now synonymous with technology. While names like Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Just Eat, and Deliveroo are household names around the world, on-demand business touches many other areas of life. Enterprises are trying to find ways to engage users to their services. Businesses will be forced to connect with their customers with a personalized effect. The complex user behavior needs to be tackled with enhanced conversation and better engagement. Though each of the on-demand business is different, there are elements of commonality which forms the basis of technology stack. Business and entrepreneurs just need to focus on their business operations, not technology. JungleWorks is providing complete tech stack on subscription model to help businesses grow.
Welcome back to the show. We have two very distinguished guests representing esteemed organizations back here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Van Dyke Pratt, chairman of the Bahamas Primary School Student of the Year Foundation, and Davriel Burrows, who is no stranger to Bahamas at Sunrise. In fact, we have a parking spot out front. She's a senior public relations coordinator at Cable Bahamas. Welcome back to the show.
Good morning.
Welcome back to the show. Van Dyke, 2,600 of the best and the brightest primary school students over the years. Over 1.8 million, probably more than that, awarded scholarships. It remains obviously the premier youth organization in the country.
Well, you
sharing
know,
that, of course, with Junior Achievement.
Well,
yeah.
Of course.
I got to say that.
But, you know, it's been a labor of love for all of these years. Now it's actually going to be 2,700 students after this year's program, $1.9 million. After this year's program.
Wow.
And it's just something that we felt we wanted to not deprive the kids of with all of the challenges that a lot of them have been going through within the past 12 months.
Yeah.
You know, we have some nominees who are from Grand Bahama and Abaco, and you know, we have young people that have gone through Dorian, the disaster of Dorian, and then now the whole catastrophe really of COVID-19.
Right.
And we felt it extremely important that we still give these young, deserving, brilliant young minds hope and something positive to think of when they think back on this 2020.
Right. I mean, because everybody was wondering. I mean, obviously, we look forward every year to, to the award ceremony and celebrating the excellence of these students. To me, it's just a complete, just a bright spot amongst all of the negativity that we see, because we get a glimpse into the future of our country. And of course, so glad to hear that you're having it. Obviously, your partnership with Cable Bahamas continues to grow strong, and despite the challenges in the economy, Rev is on board.
Yes, so last year we would have made a deal with the BPSTOY to be their title sponsor, which is really an honor because we would have learned that we are their first title sponsor. But it was a no-brainer for me. It was very rare because I pursued them. So typically, folks will come to us looking for a sponsorship. But
so you kicked open that door, right? When she came knocking.
But yeah, so we had a few students who wanted personal sponsorships in terms of booklets and things like that. And my boss, he was like, look into this, And when I looked at it, when I looked at the work that they did over the years, I knew this is something that we wanted to be a part of because it's young people, it's education, and something that we love to do at Rev is celebrate Bahamian excellence. And so it was, like I said, a no-brainer for us to be a part of. We give $15,000 over the course of each year for 5 years. So it's actually a $75,000 contract that we would have gotten into. And again, it was a no-brainer for us, and we're really satisfied. I was concerned about this year because last year we had a booked out theater. There were so many people. I would say we were in the thousands. So I was like, how are you going to pull that off this year? But I'm so glad they've decided to pull through.
Yeah, we are too. And
when we see evidence of quality through education, that is
it's been a little difficult because again, that's.
Well, it's been challenging. Actually, each year presents its own particular challenges. But for us, we look at every challenge as an opportunity, and we look at it as a way that we can actually be, use ingenuity to garner the support that we need. Fortunately, with us, all of the things that the students needed to do happened pre-COVID.
Right.
So even down to our judging was just maybe a few days before the shutdown.
Right.
So those parts of the program was already on board and already completed. So it was just a matter of us garnering the funds necessary to make this a reality, and then also waiting for the right timing, because obviously we usually have our program in May. But we were waiting to see how things would pan out with COVID, because we didn't want to deprive the students of the opportunity. And then also we had established WhatsApp group with the parents of the nominees and all of that. And so we also had a poll with the parents to find out whether or not they would have preferred a virtual program or an actual physical program. And so all of these factors were taken into consideration when we made our decision. And at the end of the day, thank God we were able to be in a position that we are going to have a physical program. It'll be modified from what we would normally do. So obviously we have the social distancing and all of those protocols in place.
Everybody can come flocking.
Right, and it's not open to the general public as it usually was in past years. We limiting it to the nominees and 2 guests. Also a school administrator should they want to come. And pretty much any sponsors who, again, we have many sponsors, a lot of businesses, and we would like to publicly thank them once again for all of the business organizations and personal who would have given contributions so that these young people could have scholarships and laptops. So everyone is getting something. 91 of our students are getting nothing. And so we are very pleased with what has happened so far this year.
Yeah, excellent. You have it. The top primary school student in each of the schools. How many schools in total this year?
In total, it's 112 nominees.
112 nominees.
Yeah.
So it's really great stuff, and of course, it's so good to have Cable Bahamas, as a title sponsor. You guys continue to do magnificent things. Always listening out for what's happening next at Cable Bahamas. What is happening next at Cable Bahamas?
So we have our Trio Summer Staycation. We stick
with
Trio. Trio is our best deal yet, so we just keep building on that. But this year, we're promoting a summer staycation. So we're sending winners to the family islands because that's how we're doing vacation this year.
Yeah, family islands are hot, let me tell you.
Yeah, so if you want to check out our website, we have a brand new website, rev.bs, and you can go to our promotions page and find out more there.
All right, great, excellent.
And just as I was saying, just as to plug in there, because it's not open to the public, we will do live streaming.
Okay.
So our program is going to be on the 25th of this month, which is next week, Saturday at 5 p.m. It'll be at the Church of God Auditorium, Joe Farrington Road. And you can go to our website, www.bahamasbpstoy.org, and you can live stream from there. And so we just are encouraging people, and again, a great big thanks to all who have supported us, especially during these challenging times. We've gotten like $140,000 in scholarships this year, and you know, we are just so grateful for the support of persons who have come even through this. But people are always willing to invest in the future of the Bahamas, and that's what we're really doing with this program, investing in the future.
Well, listen, congratulations once again. Van Dyke Pratt, Chairman of the Bahamas Primary School Student of the Year Foundation. Excellent program. Davriel Burrows, Senior Public Relations Coordinator, Cable Bahamas. I don't even know why I got to look down to read that. But thank you so much for being back here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Doctors Hospital. As the Bahamas reopens, we at Doctors Hospital have been hard at work preparing for the new normal. The health and safety of our patients, associates, and others entering the hospital space is ever paramount and shapes the experience as you enter our facilities. All persons entering the hospital will be COVID screened, which includes a temperature check and a few short questions. There's also mandatory hand and shoe washing stations upon entry. Masks are required and can be provided if necessary. To further limit contact, Doctors Hospital has launched a concierge service that allows for pre-registration, a hospital itinerary, in-car waiting, and a navigator to guide you through your visit. Our pharmacy is now offering curbside pickup and delivery services for prescriptions as well. Social distancing markers are placed around the facility, and scheduling for imaging, including CAT scans, mammograms, and 3T MRIs. Laboratory, including our new same-day COVID-19 PCR testing, rehabilitation, and other services, has also been adjusted. Doctors Hospital is here to serve you with the same quality and care that you've come to expect, even as we enter a new normal. Now, more than ever, Doctors Hospital continues to be trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
TCL Group and Cable Bahamas Business Solutions presents the 8th Annual Andros Business Outlook, Friday, July 24th, BAMSI, North Andros, 8:30 a.m. Under the theme, A New Era, Resilience in the Face of Vulnerability. Speakers include the Honorable Ramal Ferrero, Minister of Environment and Housing, Ravina Roberts-Hanna, Peter Douglas, Cheryl Bastian, Dominic Petty, Dennis DeVoe, Robert Pantry, and Alonzo Hinsey. Register online at tclevents.com.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. This is a Friday edition of a busy but very good show, Gandhi.
It is a fantastic show, and I was blown away by this partnership and synergy between the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development, their IT Communications Department, which they launched in 2020, and Canoe. You know, and I mean, it's absolutely staggering the amount of people that need assistance in this country. It's staggering. I don't even want to share the stats, but the point is people can now go and do that from the privacy of their homes. They can apply, and they're making it easy and a more private process.
Exactly.
It's hard to ask for help.
You know, but you're right. Many people need it. It's one of those things that we kind of take for granted, those of us that might not be in the same position, but if we can help, we certainly must. We're obligated to do so, right?
And we're in it together, and I feel like people get it.
Yeah.
Because this is something that's happening like all around the world, so,
no doubt.
you know? But it's a Friday.
It's a Friday,
and
we
perk
rolling,
up.
man. We rolling here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We've got Dr. Parker upstairs. We're going to be talking about juvenile arthritis.
I'm very interested in speaking with the doc about that.
I believe you got that one next,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
We also got a special, what is it, a special project we're talking about. Was it passion?
Power.
Power. Passion. Purpose? What is it?
Okay, it got to go. Purpose. Passion.
Okay.
Power.
Okay.
Well, you know what, too? Happy birthday to LaTroy Wright in Exuma from One Duration, Gaynell Morel Hasty, Erica Morris celebrated on Independence Day.
Oh, I sent her a happy birthday. She was out and about. Just listen, it's probably for the rest of the month she's going to be celebrating.
And Antonia Lightborn from INU. So I know we have a full show, so I'm excited to get to that.
Well, good. So we're going to get with Godfrey with our second look with weather at sunrise. Rain has been on and off, lightning, thunder, all the rest of that stuff,
Yeah.
but still, hey, beautiful days nonetheless.
Share with us 3 reasons why it's so good to dance in the rain.
Weather at sunrise. Brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Thank you for Good Morning Bahamas. In your second look at weather at sunrise, with the tropics remain quiet and the tropical storm formation not expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, have a westward moving tropical wave across the central Bahamas moving towards the west, and we do have low-level troughing that will trigger off pockets of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and throughout the weekend, some of them becoming heavy at times and could cause flooding in low-lying areas. In the marine forecast today, those winds across all the islands easterly at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. On Saturday, those winds still continue to be easterly at 15 knots, seas 2 to 5 feet. And then on Sunday, those winds east to southeast at 15 knots, seas 2 to 5 feet on northwest Bahamas, continue 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a low tide at 11:53 this morning. Next high tide will be at 6:23 this evening. Low again tomorrow morning at 12:53. That's 53 minutes past midnight. Yes, sunset will be at 8:02 this evening. Rises more at 6:31. UV index 9. Your water temperature 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase. We're now moving towards the new moon. External look. Tropical wave along with low-level troughing low-lying troughing will continue through the weekend, producing showers and thunderstorms occasionally across the islands. And like I said, 1 or 2 becoming heavy at times, so thunderstorms are rare at times. Temperature daytime will be around the 90-degree mark, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That's what's up on your phone. Look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gandhi.
And thank you, Mr. Tucker. Well, welcome back, everybody. And it is a common misconception that only old people get arthritis. So Juvenile Arthritis Awareness Month is this month, and it sheds light on the fact that kids do get arthritis, and that's actually a hashtag, Kids Get Arthritis. Here to talk with us about this is Dr. Neil Parker, your rheumatologist, Oak Tree Medical Center. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
So first of all, I guess we want to talk about juvenile arthritis and what it is, but speak a little bit about rheumatology itself.
Well, rheumatology is the study of joint disorders and inflammatory disorders in general. We treat patients who have arthritis. We also treat patients who have joint pains, tendon pains, as well as systemic inflammatory diseases.
You know what? And that's so interesting because we hear it, especially a lot in the Bahamas, oh, my back, or this hurting, or that hurting. And I think sometimes we take it for granted that that's just the way it's supposed to be, but it's not.
Well, no, I mean, living with pain is a message. It's a signal. It's just an electronic, your body's way of letting you know that there's a certain part of your body in which something is not right. And so it's usually a sign that you should either seek care or seek advice about what you can do.
And a lot of times you can change your diet, right?
Well, diet is important. It certainly can affect some disorders, but it's not necessarily the answer for everything. Mind you, I would never speak against eating as healthy a diet as possible. I think that's the beginning of good health in general, beyond rheumatology.
And I think that we could talk about this all day, but I learned one time ago that there are things that are good that might not be good for you if you have a particular condition. right? Like tomatoes or nightshade plants.
Well, specifically with rheumatoid arthritis, it is established that eating a vegetarian diet, perhaps with 1 or 2 servings of fish a week, can actually affect the course of the disease. Now, what I tell patients is that that can help, and you should do everything you can to help. But in and of itself, if you have depending on the condition, if you have a severe condition, that will help, but it's not necessarily enough to control the condition.
Okay, so let's dive into this now. What is, I guess, this juvenile arthritis? Who gets it? What age? Is it genetic?
Well, children under 16, if they develop arthritis under the age of 16, then juvenile idiopathic arthritis would definitely be part of the differential. In terms of genetics, we understand that these conditions are generally what we call sporadic, meaning that there's a genetic underlying component. However, it's not well specified enough to say that it's a strong genetic or inheritance. Most conditions occur spontaneously.
So how do we know? How do I know that my child has juvenile arthritis as opposed to a hard day on the soccer field and they're just sore?
A good question. The arthritis can be generally pain, degree of pain, swelling, redness, inflammation, and persistence would be one of the hallmarks of inflammatory disease. And joint pain would summate. It would move from, as opposed to moving from joint to joint, the number of joints involved would generally accumulate. And the conditions themselves can cause the child to limp. But frankly speaking, if you have a child with a persistent limp or persistent swollen joint, then you should seek medical care because that's not normal.
Yeah, so when is this normally, I guess, diagnosed? So when we come in, then what happens?
Well, basically the child would be examined, history would be taken. If there is swelling, if there is persistence of pain, and that the physical exam is consistent with inflammation, we would test the child for inflammatory markers. We would also test for antibodies such as rheumatoid factor, antibodies such as ANA, to determine if everything adds up to an inflammatory disorder and to JIA in particular.
So this is a chronic condition. Can it go into remission?
Well, all conditions can go into remission, but the probability of a condition like this going into remission spontaneously is very low. It can happen from time to time, but the likelihood of that happening without intervention is low.
Yeah, and I was wondering, so this really quickly, because I want to tell people how to reach you. Now, you know me, I little high dilly, little chocolate. So how would I be able to see like the redness? Is it an intense, obvious redness that people would?
Well, even though we most of us, like you say, are a little dilly, I would say that I would put more stake in the swelling itself and the warmth. If you have a warm, swollen joint, it could be more than, it could be infection, it could be anything, but a warm, swollen joint would be a reason to seek medical care.
Us, we could put ice on it.
Yeah. Well, put ice on it
and
tell you, yeah. Hopefully the gel or prescribed by your doctor.
Dr. Parker, you have to come back. Please tell us how we can reach you at the Oak Tree Medical Center.
Oak Tree Medical Center is on 5th Terrace. It's in the corner of Hawkins Hill and 5th Terrace. The number is 322-1146 or 7, or you can look us up online.
1146 or 7, or online.
Yeah.
Oak Tree Medical Center.
Oak Tree Medical Center. There's also a rheumatology clinic at Princess Margaret Hospital as well.
Thank you so much. Okay. And I am sending it back to my co-host, Phil.
Thank you very much, Gandhi. Of course, I have the director in the house, the executive director, of course, of the National Training Agency, the NTA, Godville McDonald. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise, man.
It's good to be here, Phil.
How you doing? You are stitched up on a Friday. I almost feel jealous.
Oh, man.
But how has the NTA been doing? Of course, COVID has been the theme. It's been transformative. It's really shifted the way that we do business, the way that we operate. I imagine things at the NTA have been no different in terms of the impact.
Absolutely. For we have been able, and the good thing is we've been planning along for a very long time over the last 3 years of bringing our online platform into being, and that is reality now. And so when COVID-19 came about, we were in the middle of training about 163 people, and so we had to pivot automatically to our Brightspace, our online platform, and it has been a wonderful journey. It was an opportunity for us to test it in our family islands. We've been tweaking it for a very long time. We're excited about what we've been able to do and the work that we're producing at the NTA.
Well, I was about to say, I think to a certain extent, maybe we underestimate, collectively speaking at times in Bahamian society, the importance of the NTA and the work that you're trying to do. This is all about workforce development, correct?
It's all about workforce development. We want to make sure that the workforce of the Bahamas is competitive, that is productive. We, for most purpose, focus on individuals who've fallen through the gap. And so over the last 5 years, we've trained over 6,000 young Bahamians. Our job placement rate is beyond 60% now. We've been not only training them but giving them that opportunity to work in the specific industry. And so we've been all about making sure that individuals are prepared for the workforce.
Now, how does it work? With the NTA, you guys work with training providers. You have your own trainers on staff. How do you go about deciding which areas to have a focus on?
Well, we partner with training providers. Our mandate is to constantly increase the list of qualified, and I put the focus on qualified training providers, because at the end of the day, Phil, we are a competency-based training organization, which means that we say to our job providers that, listen, at the end of the day, you can rely on an NTA-trained individual to be able to contribute to the bottom line of your organization, not on day 2, but on day 1, because our focus is on the do, not just the know. And so we partner with training providers. We constantly aid in their uptraining. As you know, we are a City and Guild Center. We've been a City and Guild Center from 2013, from inception. And not only that, but I think we have the largest list of what we call qualified City and Guild assessors. And we are adding to that. Just this year, we've been able to train 18 certified assessors. We have what we call internal verifiers, individuals who actually hold the quality of training at the National Training Agency, ensure that it's up to standard, it's up to par. And we have ongoing conversation with industry leaders to make sure that, listen, the training that we are involved in, it actually meets the standards of your specific industry.
How does it actually work? Is it by referral, or do persons come to you? You talk about the partnership with the private sector. Do they send people to you? Or if I am interested in a particular field, I would contact the NTA.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. We've been focusing on individuals, for the most part, who've fallen through the gap. Individuals who probably left high school, is not prepared for the workforce, did not have the required BGCSEs to move on to university, and they're not prepared actually to go directly in the workforce. And so that has been our focus. We, as you know, we have a signature soft skills program. So individuals, we have an automatic inlet into our program. Once you meet the specific qualifications, as not being prepared for the workforce, you're not in university, you can apply to the National Training Agency. Now we focus on the age between 18 and 30. That's our focus. We also have the Institute of Leadership and Management, which focus on individuals beyond that age, and we focus on team building skills, etc. Yeah.
And of course, this is ongoing. I mean, throughout the entire year, you have summer programs currently, and fall, I would imagine, follows.
Absolutely. Okay. We are excited right now about our summer cohort, which is 100% online. This is the first time that we're extending all of our services throughout the Family Islands online, so individuals can register by calling the NTA, or you can go on ntabahamas.org and you can register online.
What have you found to be, the demand areas, right? We always talk about, obviously, planning the overall way forward for our country. And we talk about these skills gaps all the time. Yeah. Employers are just constantly lamenting the fact that, they get these individuals and they're not adequately prepared. What have you found to be the areas that probably need more focus in our country, collectively speaking?
Well, based on the demographic that we focus on, Phil, what we discover is that soft skills is a major area. And so that's why we have developed a signature soft skill program. Persons reach out to us now and see us as a go-to agency as a result of that program. But beyond that, we've been focused heavily on hospitality certifications. We offer more than 18 qualifications overall at the National Training Agency, but hospitality has been the focus. But beyond it, over the last couple of years, 3 years, we've developed certifications in IT, graphic designs, web designs, office procedures, and that is some of the focus for our summer cohort.
Excellent, excellent. Again, give us the contact information for people who are watching. They want to register, become involved with the NTA.
Yes, you can call us at 3416000, or you can go on ntabahamas.org.
All right, there you have it. Executive Director Godville McDonald, National Training Agency. Good to see you, my friend.
It's always a pleasure.
All right, you're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
As disruptive technologies go, nothing has shaken up the economy more than the smartphones. Apps have completely changed the way we book taxi rides, accommodation, and food delivery. Business sectors that previously had no digital footprint are now synonymous with technology. While names like Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Just Eat, and Deliveroo are household names around the world, on-demand business touches many other areas of life. Enterprises are trying to find ways to engage users to their services. Businesses will be forced to connect with their customers with a personalized effect. The complex user behavior needs to be tackled with enhanced conversation and better engagement. Though each of the on-demand business is different, there are elements of commonality which forms the basis of technology stack. Business and entrepreneurs just need to focus on their business operations, not technology. JungleWorks is providing complete tech stack on subscription model to help businesses grow.
And welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. If you know a teenager who exhibits ambition, benevolence, and commitment essentially to their community, then please steer them towards Power, Passion, Purpose, the Virtual Empowerment Summit and Mentorship Scheme. Here to tell us more are Pedishay Bethel, the founder and director of the Power, Passion, Purpose Project. I love those words. And we also have Caitlin Russell. She's a mentee of the Power, Passion, Purpose Project. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
First of all, I love those words, purpose, passion, power. What is it?
So the Power, Passion, Purpose Project, we call it P3 for short because it's a bit of a tongue twister. It looks great on paper, but in person it's a bit of a tongue twister. It's a mentorship program that aims to connect and mentor and uplift generations of Bahamian female. So
I love how you said generations of Bahamian females. That already tells me about your mind, your vision, and this is something that will be like impacting legacy.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. Because we fundamentally believe that, first of all, you have to learn from those who come before you, who have already broken the ground and the ceilings. And then it's also very important to learn from people like Caitlin as well, particularly after COVID-19 and as we walk into the new normal. So what we aim to do is combine, connect, uplift women. We focus primarily on girls in high school, senior high school, and we connect them to mentors who are in university or young professionals. With that, we then host talks, presentations, demonstrations, and panel discussions from women professionals like yourself from various fields, from that being finance, law, self-development, health, various different fields.
And that's wonderful, that's powerful, because our young women and our young girls, they can be anything that they want to be, right? This number 40 is very important to this organization. Tell me more.
Yeah, so we are a new program, obviously, a new community organization working to become a nonprofit. And it's very important for me to keep it small and keep it focused. So we work on a one-to-one mentorship scheme. Every mentee gets their own mentor who will then continue to work with them through the rest of their academic year, as well as the professionals who have agreed to partner with us. So in terms of the professional mentorship, that helps in terms of job searches, shadowings, and internships.
That's powerful. I've worked with young people, especially young women, over the years, and what's very important is that one-on-one and that consistency. So Caitlin, I want to ask you, tell us why you decided to join and how has it impacted you so far?
I decided to join the project because I thought it was really interesting and that they were trying to help younger generations try to figure themselves out through life. And yeah, I thought it was a really good idea just to help the younger generations figure themselves out, especially during COVID, because everything was really confusing and everyone thought the world was going to end. So it was just interesting, yeah, it was just something to help everyone.
That's amazing how they would think about it as teenagers, because we see everybody on Snapchat, everybody smiling and having a good time, but you all really had some real concerns.
Yeah, for a solid 2-3 months, because no one really knew what was happening.
Wow.
Particularly with examinations and national examinations, because our program is geared more to the senior high school students.
Yes.
So they are embarking on something new that they've never touched before. And as these new exams start this week and continue into next week, Caitlin has an exam on Monday. We just want to be
whole next topic, how you guys are preparing for these exams and staying focused. Yeah. But tell us about this empowerment summit that takes place in August.
Right. So fundamentally, we are trying to prepare the girls for womanhood, financial stability, their jobs, and their future careers. So it's a 6-day summit. It's going to be from the 24th to the 29th of August in the evenings during the weekday, and then on Saturday morning.
Okay.
We're going to be focusing on topics such as self-development, health and well-being, art and philanthropy,
I love it.
Financial management and entrepreneurship, self-care, etiquette, becoming a woman, and then finally the Saturday is for exam preparation, job application preparation, and university tips.
You got to tell us where to go, where we can learn more, how we can register. Is there a Facebook page, social media presence?
Yes, lots of social media presence.
Okay,
you can find us on Twitter, but predominantly Instagram at Power Passion Purpose Project.
Power Passion Purpose Project. Gotcha.
Yes, and the application form is right in the bio.
And the thing that I like too is people think that only people from certain schools can come and be a part of it. When we think about at-risk women or youth, we think about a certain demographic, but this is for all.
It definitely is for all, because you have different experiences that impact young women. For example, I grew up in a single parent family. My father died when I was 6.
Is awesome.
Exactly. But it did take a village, and that is what we intend to provide at Power Passion Purpose Project.
Okay, I will say that you have to come back. Caitlin, it was awesome meeting you, and I'm so happy that you're so inspired by this program. We'll be right back here on Bahamas at Sunrise. I don't know if we're going to commercial or what, but we're having a good time, and it's a Freedom Friday. Thank you, Tucker.
One thing, two things, blue thing, whole things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Business in the Box is your solution for business from Cable Bahamas. It's an internet, voice, mobile, and advertising solution all in one place. Get reliable internet, free domestic call, and a live corporate package, and free TV ad placement, all starting with packages as low as $164 a month. You can save over $3,000 a year. Just call 601-8911. That's 601-8911. And ask for Business in a Box from Cable Bahamas Business Solutions. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Bahamas at Sunrise. We had a wonderful show.
Amazing.
Hopefully you have a great weekend as
But
well.
I will say something. At the beginning of the show, lipstick was on my teeth and you didn't tell me. Women want to know when lipstick is on their teeth. You have to tell them. And I'm saying this so all the men can know, and it might be uncomfortable, but you have to let us know.
But Gandhi, I was the
we can do that.
only person that knew that. Now everybody does. Listen, you guys have a safe, wonderful weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do with Gandhi.
Happy Friday.
Bye.